Hi everyone, welcome back to Discover and Learn. I am your communications coach and a soft skill trainer by profession, and I'm here to help you out with all your communications problems and to help you speak English fluently and confidently. Well, in today's session, I'm going to talk about a very common problem which we all face while speaking in English or while learning to speak in English. At times, what happens is while speaking, we forget sentences, we forget words, we forget our ideas, what we have to say. So, there are a lot of things which happen and we get stuck there. Okay, this is a very common problem which happens to everybody. It happens to me also at times. Maybe I forget some word which I wanted to describe at that time, but I don't get that word immediately. But that's not the end. We can still manage to go ahead with our conversation. So today I'm going to talk about how we can get unstuck while speaking in English. So when we forget words, we forget sentences, we forget what we have to speak in any of these situations, when we get stuck while speaking in English, how we can get unstuck in a conversation. What are the techniques we can use to keep the conversation going. So stay tuned and watch the entire video. And if you haven't subscribed my channel yet, do subscribe my channel, guys. There's no harm in subscribing. You can just unsubscribe at any time if you want. You can like my videos, share my videos with your friends and family or people who want to learn to speak English. Do write your comments in the comment section and don't forget to press the notification icon so that you get all my videos free of cost and on time. Now let's get started. I'm going to tell you 5 techniques which will help you to get unstuck while speaking in English or while having a conversation, right? So it's very much required to keep a conversation going, right? If you get stuck and you forget words, you forget sentences, you forget your ideas, you get nervous or whatever reason be, you are not able to speak further, which means you're not fluent in English. Right? But today I'm going to help you with getting unstuck in these situations. How you can come out of this situation and how you can start having the conversation or how you can keep the conversation going. The first thing which we do is we can rephrase or paraphrase our sentences. Now, what does that mean? So when we are talking about certain things and probably we forget a word or we forget a sentence or we forget the idea what we are trying to convey, we get confused. So what we can do is we can just paraphrase or rephrase our sentence. Okay, rephrase means just start with your new sentence. Okay, try to use a new sentence and replace the old one. For example, I'm talking about a movie experience in a theater and I start telling people about it, like yesterday night I went to watch a movie at Inox. There was a huge crowd. The movie was good. It was I forgot that word. So what I'll do here, now here I'm stuck. I forgot that word which describes the movie. So what I'll do is I'll just rephrase or paraphrase my sentence and say, it was a wonderful movie. It gave me a lot of goosebumps and I really enjoyed it. So basically I wanted to say that it was a thriller and I forgot that word thriller. So what I did, I just rephrased the whole sentence and I said, it gave goosebumps to me and I enjoyed the movie. Which also means it gave goosebumps, which means there was something exciting in the movie, right? There was something thrilling in the movie, which conveyed the same idea, almost a similar idea. Okay, so you can just rephrase your sentence. You are just talking about the movie experience, right? How was the movie? What was the movie about? So you can just say anything. For example, if I'm describing a movie experience and I get stuck in between, so how will I rephrase or paraphrase it? I'll start with, yesterday night I went to watch a movie at Inox. It was a wonderful movie. The movie was basically a dash, which means I forgot the word. Okay, now how will I replace it or how will I rephrase this sentence? Okay, so what I'll say is, yesterday night I went to watch a movie at Inox. It was an amazing experience. The movie was very good. I enjoyed every second of it. The plot was very interesting and it was a bit scary as well. Okay, So probably you forgot that word. I wanted to say it was a thriller. Okay, but I forgot that word. So what we can do is, instead of thriller, we don't know what to say. So we can just describe something else about the movie, right? It was an interesting movie. The plot was interesting. It was a little scary also. I enjoyed the movie a lot. The audience was also enjoying the movie. We can say other things as well which is related to your movie experience, instead of getting stuck at that point where we wanted to say that it was a thriller movie. Okay, so you can rephrase or paraphrase your sentences. So this is the first. The second one is use of similar words, or use of words which have very similar meaning, which are very close in meaning, which means almost the same. Okay, or we can use something which have a similar meaning, which we can use a word which have a similar meaning to the word which we want to say. I'll take the same example about the movie which I said yesterday. I went to watch a movie at Inox. It was a thriller. I wanted to say that, but I forgot, so I rephrased this whole sentence. Here, if I forgot the word thriller, what else I can substitute the word with? Okay, so we are going to talk about that. So we'll take any word which is closer or similar in meaning to this word or conveys this idea. So what words we can use? It was a scary movie. This movie gave me goosebumps. I got frightened at times watching the movie. Okay, so it is not the same, but it conveys similar meaning. If you say you were frightened, you got scared watching the movie, or it gave goosebumps to you, which means you watched a thriller movie or a horror movie, right? So it gives kind of a similar meaning so that the person can understand what kind of a movie it was. Okay, so you can pick words, or you can just choose words which can describe the actual word or describe your idea in a similar way. I think we all can search these kind of words. It's very easy to do. Okay, so I gave you an example also to understand the same. So you can also start coming up with examples accordingly and start using similar words also in your own sentences. As I told you, whenever I take any vocabulary session, I always tell you that whenever you pick a word or vocabulary, you just try to find some similar words also, so that once you are in practice of using similar words, it will be very much easy for you to get that word, the other word, immediately when you get stuck with that particular word. So you'll be able to start recalling similar words also when you are speaking. So that is the best way to memorize a vocabulary. Use similar words also, practice similar words also along with the word which you have picked to learn. Okay, so this is another way to get unstuck. Third interesting way is opposite words. You can replace it with opposite words. Now in this case, how we can replace it with opposite word? Now since I have to describe that this movie was a thriller, how will I say, I forgot that word thriller anyways. So I have to use some opposite word to convey the meaning. So I might say it was not a funny movie. It was not a serious movie. It was not a romantic movie. It was not a light movie. Okay, so it doesn't mean that it was a thriller movie, but people might understand, okay, it was not a light movie, which means it was not a comedy movie. It was something that has something to do with a serious movie, or it might be a thriller movie or a horror movie or any other kind of movie. So you will get an idea of what kind of movie it might be. So maybe the other person can help you with that. Was it an autobiography? Was it a thriller movie? Was it a horror movie? So maybe the person can help you with that once you start saying this. Okay, so this is one thing, that you can just replace it with opposite words, that it was not this. Okay, so not a comedy movie, not a light-hearted movie. Okay, not an easy movie to understand. Okay, so these kind of words you can just replace with the word which you want to say, so that at times people might help you with that word. Okay, they might get intrigued and start asking you questions, oh, whether it was this kind of a movie or that kind of a movie. So they'll start asking you, and then you will crack that word ultimately. Okay, so this is another technique which you can use if you forget words and when you want to keep the conversation going. And it's not difficult at all, guys. It will help you. You will be able to do this. These are very common words. Okay, and while learning vocabulary also, I always tell you similar words and opposite words are something which you have to take into consideration. Okay, and when that word is not a common word like thriller, like excellent, like ridiculous. Okay, so these are not very common words we use every now and then. So if you come across some word which is little less commonly used, just try to get this synonyms and antonyms or similar words and opposite words. So that if you learn that vocabulary in this way, by knowing the similar words, opposite words, using all these kind of words in your own sentences, you will be able to memorize it better and you will be able to use it better, and your brain will retain it also. And when you'll get stuck, your brain will help you to recall those words. Okay, so this is another way of getting unstuck while speaking in English. Okay, the fourth one is giving example. This is the best thing, guys. When I also go and speak in front of people and I forget an idea or forget something. Maybe, when I'm talking in front of people and somebody asks me a question and I get carried away and I start talking in a different direction, then I have to focus back and come back to my own topic, and in that case I forget that probably, and later on when I recall it, so I can't just include any topic anywhere. So what I can do, or what you can do at that moment, is you can just give an example to convey your idea. That is the best way. So in this case, for example, I have taken the example of a movie which I was describing. So if I get stuck, what will I say? So as the sentence says, yesterday I went to watch a movie at Inox. It was a great experience. The movie was a thriller, I wanted to say, but I forgot that word. Now here also the movie was a dash. I forgot that word. Now what will I do now? So what I can do is I'll name some other movie and say it was similar to this movie. Okay, any thriller movie I can just name. So I can say it was similar to James Bond movie. Okay, so the person will immediately understand, oh, James Bond, okay, thriller, it must be a thriller movie, a suspense movie. Okay, so this is the right, you can give an example to convey your idea. Or let's take any other example. If I have to say I was very enthusiastic about the concert. Okay, and I forgot this word enthusiastic. Okay, so what will I say? How will I say this now? I started behaving like a child for the concert. I started behaving like a child for the concert. Right? So, I started behaving like a child means I got very excited. I got very enthusiastic. You know how children are. They don't care. They just want to go for it. Right? If they hear something like this is a concert and we have to go, they'll immediately want to go there. Right? They become very excited. They become very enthusiastic. So I can replace that word by saying, by giving this example, I started behaving like a child for the concert or after hearing about the concert. Right, so this is how you can give an example, or just give a reference to make your point clear, or put your ideas across. This is also a very interesting way. Okay, I hope you're understanding, guys. If you have any doubts, let me know in the comment section. These are very interesting and very common ways of getting unstuck while speaking in English. Start practicing, you'll get into the habit of speaking. In this way, it is really going to help you. The fifth and the last one is change the topic. How will you change the topic? It's very easy, guys. It has nothing to do with anything, right? If you're having a conversation, you can always change the topic anytime. Okay, for example, I'm going to take this example about the movie. Yesterday, I went to watch a movie at Inox. It was a thriller movie, so I forgot that word. So I'll say yesterday I went to watch a movie at Inox. It was a great experience. Well, did you watch any movie recently? I just changed the topic and I just changed the direction as well. So I just asked the other person about, I just changed that topic. I was talking about my movie. I just changed the topic and I asked the other person if he or she has watched any movie recently. Okay, so this is how you can do. Another example is I was very enthusiastic about the concert, right? I forgot how to discuss, I forgot the sentence probably. So I'll say, I'm going to the concert. Would you like to join me? Do you like concerts? This is how you change the topic or change the conversation. Changing topic doesn't mean that, just you're jumping from one topic to another, like, you're speaking about a movie and then you start talking about food, right? You can't do that, right? For example, yesterday I went to watch a movie at Inox. What did you had for dinner? You can't say that, right? So you shouldn't change the topic like this. It's just that you have to just divert from that thing to something else. So what you can, the best thing is when you're having a conversation, you can just start with, or you can just throw a question to the other person. Like yesterday I went to watch a movie at Inox. It was a good experience. Did you watch any movie recently? If I don't have anything to say right now and I forgot, I know I'm going to get stuck here. So you can just put a question across so that the other person can answer, and then we can keep the conversation going. And as I gave the example of the concert as well, I was very enthusiastic about the concert. So I can say, I am going for the concert. The second thing I can say is, do you like concerts, or would you like to join me for the concert? It's as simple as that. You can just change the topic. You can just put a question across just to end this topic which you are going to get stuck in, or you don't know how to talk about it further. Okay, so this is the way you can just get unstuck or keep the conversation going, and the other person will also not realize that you don't know something, or you are going to get stuck somewhere, right? So these are small tips and tricks or techniques which you should start using from today, right now. So when you're talking about any particular topic, if you're talking about anything, when you get stuck, keep a note ready of how to get unstuck. Okay, write a note when I'm talking about it. Write a note on your mobile phone, on a laptop, or on a notepad, wherever you are comfortable with. And when you get stuck, you just start using these methods to get unstuck. It works like magic, guys. Trust me on this. It will definitely help you, and you're going to get unstuck while speaking in English, and you will be able to have a good conversation with anyone, anywhere, on any topic, if you just keep these things in mind. Well, that's it for today, guys. I'll see you in my next session. Until then, keep learning, keep speaking, keep watching, and keep exploring. See you. Bye-bye, and take care.